Guys, welcome back to my channel again. This is OBAAPA Kitchen. In this episode you are going to learn how to make homemade gari from cassava or yuca or from the scratch. So guys, you know how much we all love gari, so I decided to show you this recipe. So guys, let's get started. So the ingredients that you're going to need is you need a cassava or a yuca. I think we call it in abroad yuca, Y-U-C-A. So now we are going to peel our cassava and then we are going to nicely wash it. So with this quantity, it's going to give me 2 cups of gari, and that is what I need. I don't need a lot, just 2 cups is enough for me and my family. So just peel your cassava very nicely. So next step, we are going to wash it in a very clean bowl right here, to soak it in water and wash it at least 3 or 2 times. But with this one, I'm just going to wash it 2 times. Also, in this way, it helps, so your gari will be very clean and you'll be good to go. That's what we need. So now our cassava is well cleaned. We are going to use a blender and we are going to grind it and get into like a small consistency. We want to get like a pieces. If you want to cut it, you don't have a grinder, you can use like a knife and cut it. But this way helps a lot, and also it helps your blender, and it's easy to blend it. So as I am showing here in this video, this is very easy for me. And of course I have a previous one that I made gari, so I am recreating this gari recipe. So for those who haven't seen it yet, you will get the idea and you can make it nicely and freshly at home. So after everything is well blended, this is just the beginning, we are going to blend it in the blender. So I have my very sharp blender right here, and I am going to add all the cassava in it. So after I add everything, I am going to add a cup of water. So depending how strong your blender is, if you have a very weak blender, I'm going to recommend that you add more water, so it will help the cassava blend very well. But if you have a sharp one, you can just add a little bit of water to blend it. So after everything is well blended, you're going to get this texture more like cassava dough, the ones that we used to prepare banku with. This is the kind of consistency that you need, as you can see. So right now we are going to get our dough from this gari or from this puree sauce. So right now we're going to juice it out. Okay, we're going to juice the water from the cassava. That is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you in a minute. And guys, I am going to use a strainer right here, and I have my old duku or a scarf that I haven't been using for a long time. So it is nicely washed, no judgment. If you have a cheesecloth, you can use cheesecloth as well. But I like this way better because that way it helps juice it out nicely. That is my option, okay? But if you want to use a cheesecloth, you can just go ahead and use it. No doubt about that. But guys, trust me, if you do it this way, it saves more time and you don't get it too messy in your kitchen. So after everything is well done, we are going to leave it on like that until the next day. The reason behind it is gonna help it juice all the water out, and we want a very dry dough. So that is the only reason behind it. So if you do it at night, you can leave it until morning. So this is how it looks after you juice it out. It kind of like feel dry, but it is not truly or all the way dry. So I'm gonna recommend that you leave it. So the next day, guys, as you can see right here, it is well juiced out and it is dry. It looks more like cassava dough, and I'm very happy the results. It's coming out perfectly well. So this is what we need. So now you bring here so I'm going to use this one now to get a very fine consistency. That's what we need. So as you can see, I'm using a baking pan. If you have whatever you have, you can use a pan or a bowl or a plate. I'm just going to separate it so I can get little pieces, so that way it will help you cook it nicely. Because if you don't do this way and you fry your gari just like that, it's gonna turn something else, and we don't want that. So you have to follow the procedure and do the exactly way I am doing. And guys, trust me, your gari is gonna come out nicely and beautifully. Trust me, guys. We are in home now, quarantine season. We are trying to learn new things, and please be involved. So guys, now we're going to turn our stove on. We're going to turn it in the low heat, okay? Because you don't want your gari to turn into like eba or gari fufu, because if you use a high heat, the gari will turn into gari fufu for sure. So start with a low heat and then gradually stir your gari like consistently. You can't leave it. You have to keep stirring until it is well cooked or it is well dried, that you can even see right away. So right now it kind of like sticking in the bottom, but when I'm done, or as long as it's cooked, you will see the difference. So as you can see, it's kind of like still like wet, but we're gonna keep cooking it, and it is turning up, and now you can see that it is almost done. This gari looks very beautiful. And guys, I'm also recommend that you use a non-stick pan when you're making homemade gari, okay? Because you don't want it to stick under the bottom, okay, and be messy. So all the time, make sure you use this. And my gari is coming out so nice. I love this, guys. This is so beautiful. I can't believe how beautiful this thing is turning out. Like just how I want it, okay? And guys, don't worry about the little lumps that it's in it. So right now I'm going to show you the easiest and simplest way, to get the lumps or clear the lumps into a smooth consistency. So right now we're going to use our strainer to strain the gari, and then the ones that we have left, which is the lumps, we are going to use a very nice and sharp blender and blend it. So guys, please pay attention to details. If you're trying to make gari, you cannot make any mistakes. So as you can see, the gari is looking really beautiful. Like, guys, I wish I can eat it right now, but I have to finish it first, so you can tell the difference between the lumps one and the clear one. So right now it's okay, blend it, and then you will be good to go. Alright guys, so right now I have my blender right here. Like I said earlier, we are going to blend it into a powder or a very fine texture. That is what we need, and then we are going to add it to the remaining ones. Okay, so after it's done, add it to the remaining ones, and just like that, your gari is beautifully done into a perfection. This is what, guys, you need. You don't need to go to the market and buy gari for $6, for $10. You can just stay home and buy a common cassava and just make it yourself. It is so better. It tastes delicious, than the one that you can get it from the store. So this is how it is. So thank you so much for watching. So right now you can just simply make your gari or your red bread or gari and beans. This is how it is. And also guys, if you notice, I did not leave the cassava for a long time, because in Ghana they make a lot of batches, and that's why they leave it on to stay for a long time before they make the gari. But since you're making 3, 4, 5 cups, you just have to leave it to dry for the next day, and then you can make your gari. And of course, you don't want fermented gari. So thank you so much for watching. This is how I make my homemade gari. Enjoy, stay tuned, and have a blessed day. Bye guys, and don't forget to subscribe and share and like.